Where on earth did you find that?
It's Friday.
Really? Good morning, by the way. Welcome to the Todd and Erin morning stream here on GetPartDaily.com. My husband is a psychopath. Good morning to everybody on Facebook. It's nice to see you too. Let's go to the Morning Mountain Cam. It is brought to you by the experts at Black Diamond Experts, Electric, Plumbing,
beautiful.
Heating, and Air. Are you really going to drink that?
So yeah.
That's incredibly troubling. Where did you even find that glass?
Giant gave it to me.
Okay.
This is I don't even drink Red Bull. Will it make me fidgety?
All right, this morning we've got some epic stuff. Number one, all the grocery stores are like slammed. They're calling it the Eclipse Mania.
That's right. There's 10 intersections in Utah that are going to kill you.
We're not as hateful as California.
We already knew that.
Well, this is true. And when you know you're not going to win your court case, when you have the most epic witness testimony ever.
And they haven't even started the trial yet.
That's the best part.
That is the best part.
All right, first of all, we have to put on our
Okay.
glasses. It's time. I can't believe you drank from that.
Why?
It's creepy looking.
It is creepy looking. Look at the sun up there.
Okay.
Scientists. You know,
Okay.
it's all been fun and games now. Until now. Until now. When
Eclipse.
Okay, all I'm going to say is Idaho Falls has no bananas. Look at my eyes. Am I serious? Yes, I am. They got no bananas. Matter of fact, they got no bread. It's starting to get a little scary, isn't it? Look, bread shelves empty.
Empty. There's no bread.
Are we in Russia?
No, they're frantic, and this is after all the preparation. I mean, Oregon's going through the same thing. They're
The
all
lines-
like, we thought we got extra.
The lines went, the gasoline, storing up gasoline, the locals and stuff, they're putting away food.
Eclipse.
The Snuffleupagus is a character on Sesame
I didn't
Street.
say that. I said Eclipse.
The lines go to the back of the store when people from Utah and all around the country go there for the 70-mile-an-hour, 7-mile walk.
Stop in the state beforehand and stock up, okay?
And
Please.
80% is good enough for me. I'll stay here. 80% Eclipse. I'm fine with that. Maybe if you go a little, but if you go up there, they're talking gasoline, all their food's gone. Their water is being locked up and contained. People are buying bananas that will go bad before the eclipse that happens on Monday. They are freaking out.
That is absolutely adorable.
They even sold out of kale.
Wow, things are bad. Things are really bad now. I had no idea. Because nobody's going to eat that.
Bread, butter, cookies, chips, cereal, sodas, and yes, beer. They all went out in a matter of hours. It was gone, folks. You know what this makes me want to do? Makes me want to go there.
See, this
It
is
really
when
does.
you're in your favor during
Yeah,
this,
it's
during
like-
the emergency
it's like-
situations. You live for that stuff. Now
I
the trouble
do.
is, the weather might even be totally screwing over Idaho. That's
How so?
the sad part.
Tell me more, my lovely wife.
Well, no, it's looking like they've got a storm surge that's sweeping in, and if they,
Is that a bug?
yes, it is, baby. Don't. Oh, you will never kiss me again.
Wasn't planning to.
The guys in the sound booth say you can't kiss them either, so that's lucky. That's
Oh, no, not them.
No, not even them, honey.
All right.
Well, you're in just a giddy mood today.
Just tired, man.
But yeah, it's looking like clouds might be a really big problem up in Idaho.
So really?
we're technically clear here in Utah. So
How
far.
much would that suck butt? If
After
you did
drove
all this,
the way up there, you did
did
the
all this
gas
preparation and you got up there and it was cloudy.
They're like, sorry, it's nothing. It might be a little dimmer for like 10 minutes. That's it. Sorry.
I like it when you make that face.
It's
really,
my scientist face.
It's hot.
All right, I've been waiting to do this, and so we have to do it right now.
What?
I'm sorry.
What are we doing?
Have you ever been on a jury in court, like a real life jury?
You've known me for how long? You already know the
Time.
answer to this.
That's true. No one would trust you.
I lied my way out of it.
That's nothing to be proud of. This is your
I
civic
didn't.
duty, pal.
I just lied then about lying. I didn't lie out of it.
Well, I did not attempt to lie out of it, but they've called me twice, and both times they threw me out because I was a journalist. And they asked what I did for a living, and I said I'm on morning radio, and we cover the news all the time, so I'm really
Right.
familiar with the story, and blah, blah, blah. And they went, we don't want you. I went, I thought you'd say that, so we left.
So you got to leave.
But this is the case that I would give my left kidney to be on. because it's the Martin Shkreli fraud case.
Is he the CEO, medical, pharmaceutical
the
dude?
pharma bro dude who's the total creep. And Harper's Magazine.
Wait. So it was the medication to help cancer or
It was
AIDS?
the one for HIV,
AIDS.
and it was a dose was $12. It could help all these people on the African continent, and he raised it to I think it was
$7,000.
Yeah, it was something insane.
$7,000.
And he's like, it's my job to make money. For
So
the company.
he didn't get pinched for that. He got in trouble for stock.
Yeah, stock
crap.
fraud. And also to make things even worse, he paid $2 million to be the sole owner of the Wu-Tang Clan new album. So nobody else got to hear Wu-Tang except for him.
You have to explain this. The band said they're only going to make one record. They're going to give it to one person. But it's going to cost them how much?
$2 million.
$2 million.
So Martin
they made
Shkreli
it.
jumped on it.
And he bought it.
Okay, but here's the deal. So Harper's Magazine published some of the transcripts when they were trying to impanel a jury.
Okay, so this is when they sit down and they get to ask them questions to see if it's going to help their client or hurt their client.
And it just makes me want to scream because it is so freaking amazing.
All right, let's go.
Okay, well, see, the scathing takedowns start with a whole bunch of different things. Like this one guy said, the question is, have you heard anything that would affect your ability to decide this case with an open mind? And juror number 144 said, I don't think I can do it because he kind of looks like a dick. And the court goes, you are juror number 144. We will excuse you. And then number 59, come on up. 59, Your Honor, totally he is guilty. And there's no way I can let him slide out of anything because,
Right.
And so, the court just breaks in. Okay. Is this your attitude toward anyone charged with a crime who has not been proven guilty? And juror number 59 says, it's my attitude towards his entire demeanor, what he has done to people.
Nice.
The court sighs deeply and he goes, all right, we'll excuse you, sir. And as jury 59 stands up, he goes, and he disrespected the Wu-Tang Clan! And that vile little troll Martin Shkreli is just sitting here. And the cruelest part about it is even the court artist, you know how they do artist sketches?
Right.
Has drawn him like a toad. Every picture he has no neck and he's sitting here like this. And it's just like, even the court artist hates you.
There should be a rule that if you go through all the jurors and you can't pick a jury for it, they should just hang you.
At that point, really, it's
Right.
like, none of us like you. We're
And-
sorry. We
and
can't
we'll-
keep an open
and
mind.
we'll
We
play
hate
the
you.
album why we do it.
Oh, we'll all have a party under your dangling feet.
This is my Red Bull experience. It tastes a little buggy.
Dude,
Oh, wait a minute.
oh, honey, please don't. Are you thinking the Red Bull sterilized that somehow? Because that
Doesn't it?
bug still is a bug.
There's no alcohol in this?
No.
Oh, I thought there was. I would have thought twice about drinking the bug then. Okay, anyway.
Maybe we should move on.
This is a really nice story.
Game
I
of
think
Thrones.
This is good. Is there a day that doesn't pass where you don't hear another Games of Thrones? And we've had some great ones. We found out that IKEA was the bath mats were used for some of their costuming,
the fur, because it
which is
washed
great.
so well.
We know that they were held ransom by someone who stole the entire season of it. And
Threatening to release all the plot points.
then they arrested 4 guys in India for that, which are now missing pieces of themselves. And now, today, they came out. Okay, really quick. What movie inspired people to own certain dogs?
Beverly Hills Chihuahua was a nightmare. Remember
Okay.
that one? Chihuahuas
what's
everywhere. The Taco Bell Chihuahua.
What's the Pretty in Pink girl? Not the Pretty in Pink. The girl who goes to Washington, and she's
And she's got that horrible little tiny toy poodly dog-ish thing.
right. That happened too.
They call them purse poodles.
Right.
Yeah, and then there's Paris.
Pitbulls came on
Yeah.
because of certain movies.
Yeah.
And so all of this, and so the stars.
Oh,
were
and the
di-
101 Dalmatians. That was a nightmare series. Remember that?
Yeah.
And the trouble is, they were all saying, and we have trouble adopting them out because they're very high-strung and nervous. And
They are.
it's one of those shaky breeds that are cute, but they're like, I'm really high maintenance and things are
They
going to
really
pop out of
are.
my joints. And I like them, but they're a lot of work.
Peter Dinklage, who is on Games of Thrones.
And is magnificent.
He is. And he is warning and pleading with his audience, not to go out and do what a lot of people are doing and looking for dire wolves. Dire wolves. Of course, they're Siberian huskies that look strangely like the animals on the show.
Direwolves. And so now one of the things that's lovely is that Sophie actually adopted the direwolf the dog that plays her direwolf,
Right.
which I find adorable.
It looks like a wolf and has big paws
Look at
like
his
a
face,
wolf.
and he's just lying there with his little paw on her
And
leg.
they're a husky breed, and the problem is they're turning them in droves to humane societies right now because they are a full handful. They are an armful. They take a lot of. It's
This
like
is-
Austrian sheepdogs. You need to keep them busy 24/7.
Huge amount of training.
They will eat your couch.
Yeah, they're job dogs. You have to make them busy.
If they're not busy, they will kill your house. Literally kill it.
People are finding that out, and they're like, oh, well, that's inconvenient.
So they're dropping them off, and it's happening so much now. And there's a huge rescue going on for people who want to adopt them and save them that know what kind of work they take and are willing to do that. So
Yeah, but
it was
there's
nice. They kind of came out and did that. I was really happy that they came out so early and said, okay, now wait a minute.
Please
saw
don't do this. They're not really dire wolves. They're huskies.
They saw
don't
it starting
really...
to happen, and they've been making this push evidently for years now. What are we, season 7? Something, and they saw it building as soon as they introduced the dogs. So
Their eyes don't really glow, and they have no magical powers. They're just huskies.
unless you drink more of this, then they
Very
will.
good. Hey, this is good news. We are not as hateful as California.
There's something to be proud of.
Well, no, it's the Southern Poverty Law Center created an interactive map that shows how many hate groups exist in each state, and it's a pretty fascinating thing. If you actually want to see it, you can go to southernpovertylawcenter.org.
Really?
And you can see the map. You click on your state. It'll show you what hate groups are there, where they mainly congregate. It's a pretty interesting map, and I think it's a good educational tool.
Interesting.
Because you want to know. Now, here in Utah, we have the American Vanguard, which is a white nationalist group, Fundamentalist Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, which is a general hate group, meaning they just hate everybody but themselves. The National Socialist Movement, which is a neo-Nazi group, and but we actually did pretty well. So we've got 3.
How many does California have?
California's got 79 hate groups.
What about East Coast, like
Florida's
New York?
Yeah, Florida's got 63, New York 47. Pennsylvania, which I would not picture, because they have the Amish and they're pleasant, and they have 40. Texas has got 55. I actually thought there would be more in Texas, I've got to be honest.
I'm surprised New York has 41 because rents are so high.
The jackbooted thugs can't afford the rent. We had to go somewhere else.
They have to work night jobs
But it's just interesting.
at a Jewish deli.
So if you want to go see, it's on southernpovertylawcenter.org, and you can take a look at the groups.
It's interesting.
You can kind of see where they are. I like it because for a lot of people who have talked about that painful letter we read from that gentleman who had talked about having to
Saw his kid
disown his son after he saw him
and be a Nazi.
being in the neo-Nazi activity in the Charlottesville area. And he talked about the pain it caused their family. And for a lot of parents, they've said, I didn't even know my kid, this was happening. I had no idea. And so a lot of times it really does help to know what's around you, and get a sense of what's happening, so that if there is the slightest possibility that kids in your neighborhood or your group could be involved, that maybe you can do something about it a lot
Plus,
sooner.
you'll know what their insignias look like, and if it ever shows up in your house somewhere.
You're going to set it on fire.
know what's going
Not
on.
the child, just the insignia.
Okay. All right, good.
All
Coming
right,
up.
we better go to Daisy in the Gephardt Daily Newsroom before I get myself in trouble. Brought to you by Fink & McGregor. Mortgages made simple. Just go to fink-mcgregor.com. Executive Transportation, stylish and elegant transportation at an easy price. All you have to do is go to executiveutah.com to book your ride. And All Utah Plumbing, Heating, and Air. 24 hours service, because John knows something's going to burst. Go to allutahplumbing.com. Daisy, my dear, what is going on today?
Hello everyone, here's what's making headlines Friday, August 18th on GephartDaily.com. A member of the Utah National Guard killed Wednesday during combat operations in Afghanistan has been identified. Erin Butler, 27, a Special Forces soldier, was from Monticello. Butler was among a group of 12 Utah National Guardsmen clearing a building in eastern Afghanistan on Wednesday when a bomb went off. They were clearing a building for safety purposes, Governor Gary Herbert said during a news conference Thursday morning. The building was booby-trapped. There was an explosion. The other 11 suffered various degrees of injury, Herbert said. All are members of the Utah National Guard. 8 of those involved are Utah residents, and 3 live out of state. Salt Lake City Police Department is asking for the public's help locating a man from France who did not get on his flight home. Rodolphe Henri Jean-Pierre Lussard, 47, a French citizen, was last seen on Sunday, August 6. Lussard checked out of the DoubleTree by Hilton Salt Lake City Airport on Monday, August 7th, and was supposed to get on a flight back to France the same day, but he never got on the plane. The police department asks anyone with information about the missing man to call 801-799-3000. And if you haven't bought your solar eclipse glasses yet, you may be too late, as businesses across Utah are selling out fast. The Clark Planetarium, which has distributed a total of 121,000 pairs of glasses ordered for the eclipse, says they're rationing them to 5 per customer in the hopes supplies will last through the weekend. Gas stations and convenience stores, including 7-Eleven, Maverick, and Flying J, are also selling the glasses. Residents of Salt Lake City will see 91% of the eclipse, with the peak occurring at 11:33 a.m. on Monday. Time now for a look at Wasatch Front forecast, where we'll see temps in the lower 90s for the next 3 days with just a tiny chance of rain. Lows will be in the mid to upper 60s. Sunday hits 93 degrees, and that's the warmest it's going to get for the foreseeable future. That's it for now. For more headlines 24/7, go to GephartDaily.com. For now, Todd and Erin, back to you.
All right, thank you, Daisy, my darling. Okay, Fink-McGregor. The reason why I'm fond of these guys is because they have so many different options when it comes to mortgages. I was feeling for the guys who bought our house because they were going through the whole mortgage mess and trying to figure everything out. And I felt like going, have you tried Fink-McGregor yet? Fink-McGregor? Just because I could tell they were really stressing out.
Every time we saw them, they look sadder and sadder.
I know, and it's like, really, it's a nice house. You'll be happy once you're in it. But with the market as insane as it is right now, if you were thinking about refinancing or you're buying a new place, totally go there first. And basically, you can do this in your underwear. Let me explain. Don't go in there like that. But you go to fink-mcgregor.com. They have the 4-minute mortgage challenge. Go through it, answer a few questions. At the end, they go, boom, literally in 4 minutes, we've done it. You get some mortgage options. And then within 1 business day, somebody will call you from Fink & McGregor, and they'll walk you through the process and see if you want to do it. Jeff Stout, who is neither Fink nor McGregor, but owns the company, has made it embarrassingly easy so that it's a quick finish. You don't have to wait forever, and there's not the insanely high closing costs. So give it a try. Just go to fink-mcgregor.com. See what you think. You're going to like us so much better after that. I promise.
All right, so I have good news and bad news and sad news and happy news.
All at once, huh?
It has to do with fishing. That explains 3 of them. Gentleman was fishing in the Flaming Gorge in July, and he hooks onto something. And a lot of people, when they go fishing up there, you go fishing for lake trout. And there's some big places where some big fish hang out. And you find these rock mounds with your sonar and all this stuff. And you're down there and you're jigging like this, and all of a sudden, boom, his line goes taut. And some people would say tight, but not when it goes taut like that. On the end of his line is a 57-pound lake trout.
Get the heck out.
Now,
no, lake trout don't go to 57 pounds.
I haven't done this in a while. I might be a little rusty. Okay. I'm just going to try to show you how big. Okay, so here's the guy. Here's his head, okay? And then his body's here. And then his arms, let's say his arms go out like that, and out here. Okay, now this is the rest of his body.
Does his arm attach directly to his head?
Yeah, well, it will eventually. Look how happy he is. He's got some new hair going, and he's got, hang on, an earring right there.
Are you sure?
Let's put a nose ring in him too. Okay, so
are we getting to the trout anytime soon?
This is the guy. Okay, so if you take the trout and you put the head up here like this, okay, and that's the eye. Like that. Mm-hmm. And the stomach on these things goes like this.
So this was like a pregnant lake trout or something?
They just get that big. They just get that fat.
Okay.
And so, well, you wouldn't see that, would you? You wouldn't see that. You wouldn't see that. Okay.
You're a perfectionist in your art.
This is, it's dotted. And so this.
Does he have a fin?
It is stinking huge. The last one was 46 pounds.
So it was 11 pounds past the ordinary record. That's amazing.
Yeah, it didn't count, though.
What are you talking about?
Didn't count as a record.
Why?
Because the guy's license had expired 2 days before.
You're kidding me. No. They rejected it?
Well,
Utah Division of Wildlife Resources.
Right.
Unfortunately, we had to revoke the catch and release fishing record set at Flaming Gorge earlier this summer.
Right.
An honest mistake and an incredible catch, but the angler's fishing license had expired a couple of days before he caught the 48-inch lake trout.
Oh, Okay, so here's the
This
deal.
is a good reminder to make sure you have a valid
All right.
license.
There's a couple things you...
That is so horrible.
No, a couple things you need to know. First of all, he took the weight and he took the measurement of the fish, and he released it. So that's boink. That's a good thing. That's a great thing, because some people go, I'm going to take it home, mount it, and they never do, and it rots and dries out in their freezer. This guy said no, so he put it back in the lake.
He massaged it for a moment, gave it a little kiss, then
He turned in the information and stuff, and the Department of Wildlife Resources said, well, that's pretty cool. Let's look at it. And following down their checklist, they go fishing license. They went, oh, no.
Really?
Now, if they had caught him doing this in a different manner, they could have taken his fishing gear for poaching. They could have taken the boat he was in for poaching. All these things... It
expired 2 days before. It's not like there's an
all
intentional
of these
poaching thing.
This could have just collapsed horrifically upon this guy. But it was really nice. The DWR was just like, oh, man, we're so sorry for you. And, you might want to get your license updated.
Really? It was 2 days? Come on.
He got more press on this now than he would have ever gotten if he had actually... Because everybody knows he caught it. Everybody knows he caught it. Just doesn't count in the books. It's like Pete Rose. Pete Rose doesn't count in the Baseball Hall of Fame. Just doesn't count. Asterisk.
All right.
So anyway.
I just think that's the saddest thing I've ever heard.
It is, but he still caught the fish.
Well, there's that.
And it's like bragging rights is bragging rights. He's got a picture. He's got friends who hate him forever because of it.
Okay, it's time for the big thank you. Christopher's, we send you out for dinner for 4 at Christopher's Prime Steakhouse. It is glorious. You have an amazing time. The food is so good that you send us taunting pictures, which I'm not joking, happens every freaking time.
They do. They're mean.
No one's ever invited us to go with them, but they're certain to send us pictures of their plate.
Don't stop doing that, by the way.
Yeah, we'll live through you. We're happy about that.
Food.
And then, of course, March from Executive Transportation picks you up in his lovely limo, takes you around, makes sure that you're taken care of. So you do nothing the entire night but eat and talk and laugh and drink with people you care about. So if you'd like to win, all you have to do, since you're at this point in the show, there's going to be a timestamp and we'll know that you were watching. So just make a comment right now if you would, saying, hey, I like Christopher's, I've been watching. Yeah, that's good. And we'll pick a winner every Friday. As a matter of fact, we do need to pick a winner today. So that's fairly simple. I will just say that it's Marianne Gallegos. So congratulations, darling.
Nice job.
You have won. We are very excited for you.
Take some pictures.
Send us some taunting photographs.
Something cheeky.
We'll be very, very happy.
We'll be waiting.
All right.
All right.
All right, coming up next.
I get to go. I went swimming with my belly. And we'll talk to you
and
more
our children.
about that next.
Todd and Erin's Morning Stream, brought to you by Black Diamond Experts. Electric, plumbing, heating, and air conditioning. You'll be glad you called an expert. Fink and McGregor, mortgages made simple. Make sure you go to fink-mcgregor.com and try out their 4-minute mortgage program. It's incredibly easy to find out whether you qualify. The Todd and Erin Morning Stream is actually available anytime at gephardtdaily.com. Just click on the Todd and Erin page. All right, moving on.
Next time I got to wash it because there's a lot of bits, floaties. So Erin turned towards me the other day and said, I want you to go swimming with us. And I have this thing about swimming. I have this thing about, I quit smoking how long ago?
6 months, my
dear. I
dear.
gained 25 pounds, and it's all right here.
I don't think you've gained 25 pounds, and I don't care. I'm so happy. You're going to live. That's an exciting thing for us.
So I look like because I'm kind of slender everywhere else, so it looks like I swallowed a beach ball. And I'm rather self-conscious about it. And so it's like, how much do I love my kids?
Well, no, it's
so
just you like to be the natural guy. You like to take them to streams and rivers and stuff,
right.
And I get that. But when they're at that age, they want to go to Steiner's, and they want to get like a hot dog from the snack bar, and they want to be there with their friends, and they want to go in the deep end and splash around. And so you threw yourself on the sword, and you came with us.
All right, so I automatically realized something right off the bat is because of the way I feel and this hair in my stomach, I tended to migrate towards heavier people. And I don't mean that in a mean way. But it was just like, there was these svelte bikini girls here and then some muscle guy over here and some guy 90 was like, what the hell happened to you? And then there was the normal people. And so I just found myself sitting down in a chair. No, that's not close enough. Got to get closer to them, my peeps, and we got to hang with them. And then we had a community feeling of safety. Didn't you feel any of that at all?
We can share the cellulite together,
We can just be strong and keep going, getting more hot dogs like we did.
No, that really, no, but
But
okay, I'm here for you.
Funny thing aside, there was something that happened that I haven't been affected by something like this in a while. And so we're sitting there, and there's a lap pool, and we're sitting outside on the side of it with the kids, and they're playing the shallow end. And here comes an electric wheelchair, and one of the full meal deals. I mean, this is the big one. And cranks out, and here she comes, and she pulls up to the edge of the pool. And right away I said, I didn't say anything to Erin, but I remember thinking to myself, oh, she probably have a caregiver with her or something who's going to come out and help her in. No. And this lady got out of her chair using one arm. The other arm was not functional.
One functional arm, yeah.
No legs, no functioning legs. They were there, but nothing functioning. She got herself out of the wheelchair and into the water by herself. And I was like, whew, that was amazing. Right?
And the way she swam was an exercise in I really want to run in and jump and get you, because she would stroke with the arm and then she'd roll over and she'd be very still for a moment to the point where you're like, are you getting air? Because
right.
And watching her, literally our hearts were pounding for a minute till we realized this is her way.
This is where she does it.
And she did lap after lap,
She
and
got
they
to
were
the-
slow,
and
they
you-
were methodical.
And you got to the end, you thought, my gosh, look, and then she turns around and she starts doing it again. No kicking, nothing.
She was spectacular.
She was
it was
spectacular.
to watch her was just one of the most amazing things to me. Number one, what this incredible woman, has done with her body. How she has changed it from something that maybe has fought against her to something that can aid her now, that can be more. And the fact that she is so dogged. I mean, she was so persistent.
And if for you or me, that would be like the closest you would be to drowning, because you only had one arm and just getting up and just get above the water, and it took your breath away to watch. But I mean, how powerful is that she was going to swim, and someone got her in the water and probably taught her how to make that move, because it was amazing.
It was beautiful to watch.
And she was doing it for like an hour. We left before she was done.
Yeah, we were way tired before she was. It was incredible.
So anyway, it's just one of those things that you see and make my worrying about my stomach seem a lot less important. That's all I want to say.
I'm going to tear up a little bit.
Gosh, she was incredible.
Don't make me cry.
All right, so NASA wants you.
Here we go again.
It's all about the eclipse.
Well, this one's not about the eclipse. It's about a moon.
Now look over there,
right.
Scientist. Okay, they're going to do something from outer space, and during the eclipse, what are you putting on? Oh yes,
your copy.
Thank you. They want you to wave. Now they're using a camera on a satellite. They're going to whip it around to take a picture. The image are 2.5 miles per pixel, so they're not really going to see you waving. You'll see large flat objects. You can see buildings. You might be able to see some bigger buildings, like a Walmart warehouse, something like that. But they want everybody as an awareness thing.
I love the idea of that.
Yeah. And so...
You never know. You might be able to pinpoint some of those tiny ant-like features, which would be humans.
Erin and I go to Burning Man every year, and there's 65,000 people, and it's all laid out like a sundial. So there's streets and roads and streets and roads. And at 11 o'clock on Thursday of the week before Labor Day, they turn an agricultural satellite and take a picture of this desert and with all these people in it. And they take a picture, and you can go to it afterwards when you're home and stuff, and you open it, and it's like, the thing is huge.
Incredible.
We found our trailer every single time. We could tell if our bike was there.
I mean, it creates literally a city of 60,000 people from a completely blank desert playa for 2 weeks, and then it returns it right back to it. But that's why
People go out and get a large group of people that go out and spell things. Some of them spell things they shouldn't.
Well, it's just part of it.
But it's immortalized in
Okay, we can move on. So anyway, don't forget
space.
to wave at the moon for NASA.
That's right.
Wave. Just
okay.
wave.
2:25.
Okay.
All right, August 21st. Okay.
Tell me about the drones, because this makes me so happy. Our brother-in-law, David, actually, his family had a preserve down in South Africa, and it was actually repatriated by the government when things changed over. But they had huge issues. They did a lot with white rhinos because they were so incredibly endangered. But he was talking a lot about like the elephant hunting and the ivory trade, and how even today things are still so so tenuous for the elephants.
Well,
this is why this thing to me means so much.
Well, they've done so many different things. They've gone out and they've used paint, and if they have to go out and do a check on an animal, they dye the ivory pink, or in some cases they'll cut it off. They'll cut the rhino's horns off and stuff like that, so that it's not marketable anymore. And then the rhino just has to live with a stub, and that's okay, because he lives.
Because he's alive,
and he's not a target anymore. But the interesting thing is they started using drones, and the drones were being used first as surveillance and looking around, and they would check out the elephants. They'd check out the area, especially at night. They could use night vision, and you could see the elephants stand out against
I love that shot.
Plus, they could see poachers, because the poachers come out at night. Then they found out something really cool. And this might not be lawful in other places, but it's different for the elephants. Drones sound like bees. Elephants hate bees.
Oh, interesting. So they're like, will you back off?
So basically what they do is they go in and elephant gets loose on a farmer's crop, it's over. It's over.
Yeah.
And the people will throw rocks, they'll throw spears, they'll do anything to get the animals out. A drone will work. A drone will work and keep them before they even get there. Will come down and push the animals back.
And it kind of herds them away to another direction. That's genius.
Because who wouldn't go, bees, run away?
I'm covered in bees. Yeah, no one likes those.
So they were working on a really limited basis, money-wise, until one of the guys, this is Scott Suthers, he's a businessman in South California. He used to visit his father, who was a biologist in Africa, when he was 13. And this Scott guy has money, a lot of it. But because he remembered working with his father and working with the elephants back then, he decided to step in, and they now have a fleet. They have a fleet.
I love that.
Drone pilots. They've got a whole thing. Plus the fact, what he does is he goes in and he builds up the villages. He builds up their water. He builds up their infrastructure. And he builds up all this stuff for sewerage and all that junk. And because it makes it, he feels like he has some control.
Exactly.
Not in a bad way. In control of giving them control of their own lives. And the elephants stay away and they're happy and the poachers get caught. And so once again, good drones, bad drones.
We use drones for good, not for evil.
Not for evil.
I love that. That is gorgeous.
Bees!
I know, it is the concept. Bees!
Isn't it in all the stories they hate mice? Isn't that they were going to climb up their trunk? That's not true.
No, it's the bees.
It's the bees.
It's the bees.
Okay.
And African bees aren't pleasant bees. No, they're not. Okay.
Wait a minute. I see something in your future.
Do you? Really?
Is it that thing you were going to...
Todd and Erin Psychic Fair.
All right.
Now, if you haven't heard about this, we are so excited. This is tomorrow, the 19th. We would love to have you join us. We're going to be down at the Hotel RL, which is hip and new. And now, it's just off the 6 South I-15 off-ramp between 2nd West and West Temple.
RL.
We are starting at 2 p.m. and running till 10. Tickets are only $5. And
At the door.
Yeah, at the door. You come in. There's all kinds of different vendors with crystals and soothing lotions and
grooviness
stuff, and then you can get massages and pedicures and manicures and brow waxes, all of these things for only $5 each. And then we have almost 50 psychic readers with all kinds of different things. Maybe you like tarot, maybe you'd like to have someone who does palmistry, or someone who can work with you on a past life progression or sees your angels, whatever it is. We have all the wonderful specialties. We even have a tea leaf reader, which I love.
I love tea.
And so you get to find out about your life or questions, or we wonder about your children,
You know,
whatever
it's just
it is.
fun.
It's all set there.
It's just fun too.
Plus, this is exciting. We're also kicking off a brand new podcast series for the Hotel RL for their big this is one of the fancy Hilton chains, and Todd's going to be hosting 2 of the podcasts with Jennifer Martin, who's our favorite psychic.
Pet psychic.
And then also with Tom Carr, who of course is
Ghost psychic.
Nationally known ghost hunter.
Right.
He's not a psychic, he's a hunter. It's different. He hunts. So in any case, you can be part of the audience for that too. So it's going to be such a cool day. Readings are only $10 each versus being like $120. You get to know if this is a psychic you love and you want to see her again or him. And it just makes it a really good day. Now we'll have food there. There's a bar available. So you could make it a party. Boys are allowed.
I'm there.
Past
You
years.
can come by and say hi.
Because in past years, it's been Erin's night out, and it was no stinky boys. But this year, it's anyone you want.
I'm stinky.
If you'd like to spend the night at the hotel rates are only $109. They're way down. And then at 10 o'clock, we're going to have a cleansing ceremony out in the dark with a fire ritual. So that if there's gross stuff you want to get rid of in your life, bad memories or pain or whatever, or take whatever it is that manifests that for you. You're going to chuck it in the fire, and we're all going to do a nice cleansing blessing.
Have we told them about the fire thing?
I'm really excited.
Okay, cool.
Oh yeah, it'll be fine.
All right.
It'll be fine.
So tomorrow, 2 to 10.
Yeah, you can learn more on our Facebook page at Todd and Erin. But yes, we would love to have you come. It's going to be great.
So in our house, scheduling is always an issue. Whether I don't listen or someone doesn't think or I do the wrong thing or whatever. But Erin turned towards me last night, and it was about 10:30, and she goes, "Why won't those kids go to bed?" And I said, "Well, one of those kids isn't our kids, and you planned a sleepover on a work night."
With 6-year-olds.
And I said, "What were you thinking?" She goes, "What do you mean?" I said, I'll ask you the question again. When you had a sleepover at someone's house, what did you do?
Stayed up all night giggling until one of their parents came down and screamed at us.
And which parent was that?
Usually the mother.
And which parent was it last night?
No, who stayed up all night with the kids is actually the question that's more easily answered.
And who invited them to sleep over at a work night?
And we all played musical beds, so Todd went down to Zach's room and slept there. Zach slept in our bed, and the girls insisted on sleeping on the sectional.
Oh, and you start the thing, and then you go off for your walk, which I think is hilarious. It's like, you just invited this, now you're leaving, and then you came back to what?
Yeah, and so I'm the one who suffers.
What did you come back to?
Oh, I came back to pandemonium. You guys are singing Christmas carols, and they're jumping on the sectional, and there's popcorn everywhere. I'm like, what have you people been doing here?
We're doing the sleepover thing. That's what we're doing.
So they finally go to sleep at midnight after I keep telling them stories. And it just went. And then at 2:00 they came in to let me know that they didn't like the sectional anymore, and they were going to go into Zoe's room.
Sectional.
And so I said, thank you so much for letting me know at 2:00 in the morning that you've moved from the sectional to Zoe's room.
Sometimes we forget as an adult what we went through as a child. When all the cushions go on the floor and the blankets go over the chairs, and how important forts are.
You're actually better at that than I am. You're better at remembering than I do.
I'm not constantly, but every once in a while it's like, she's 6. This is what she's
when
supposed to
do. When she wants to show you something, you go look.
You go look.
Because it's a treasure. And he's taught me that, and I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
All right, coming up, we've got...
Intersections are going to kill you.
Yeah, it's kind of like the fancy news, isn't it? Intersections that are most likely to kill you here in Utah.
These might. It's next.
We're brought to you this morning by Executive Transportation. Elegant service, professional style. Go to executiveutah.com. And All Utah Plumbing. Your home deserves the best. 24-hour emergency service at allutahplumbing.com. Did you know you can catch the Todd and Erin morning stream any time of the day or night on Facebook, YouTube, and SoundCloud, and GephardtDaily.com?
All right, so here is a list. Now, this isn't funny, actually, because this is pedestrian accidents.
This really is like the 10 deadliest intersections in the state.
And basically, they've ranked this from 2010 to 2016. I'll give you the top 5.
Just so you can be more aware.
41st South and Redwood Road.
Oh, that's always got something
13
bad.
collisions. 45th South, State Street. 12.
What is it with that place? Because you're right.
7800 South and 7th East. Picture it. 11 crashes. 35th South and 4000 West, West Valley, 10. These are big numbers. That's 10 people getting hit.
That's a lot.
Whether you're on a bicycle or walking or whatever the case may be. And these are being targeted by the Highway Commission to because you always hear about somebody getting hit, and then they all raise money, and they raise a stink, because they should, about putting a light in because it's a dangerous crossing section. These already have lights.
So
these already have the lights
big deal.
And the walks and the buttons, and they have all that stuff, and those things still happen. And so I don't think that you got to walk defensively.
Isn't it sad? You have to be paranoid to make sure that nobody hits you. But it's true. You can be walking on the sidewalk. We've seen fatalities from DUIs where they've driven up on the sidewalk while someone's standing there. So you literally have to be paranoid even walking on the sidewalk.
When we started working downtown, we had never worked downtown before. And suddenly you realize there's people on every corner at 5 o'clock in the morning.
And they will walk right in front of you.
And they're wearing black. And you have no idea they're there. And just that awareness totally changed my driving in the city. And because we're used to not driving in the city, you just drive around your neighborhood and on the freeway and stuff. But when people are around, it's...
And a lot of times they're not looking. Yeah.
These are places that have everything they need. And that's just sad.
All right, moving on now. Let's go to Daisy. Daisy is, of course, in the Gephardt Daily Newsroom. She is brought to you by Fink and McGregor. Go to fink-mcgregor.com. Mortgage is made simple. Just take the 4-minute mortgage challenge. Also, executive transportation. You can book your ride in a beautiful limo with March at executiveutah.com. And by Black Diamond Experts. That is electric, plumbing, heating, and air. 24-hour service because they understand emergencies. You'll be glad you called an expert at blackdiamondexpert.com. Daisy, my dear, what is going on?
Hello again, everyone. Here's a look at national and world headlines for Friday, August 18th on GepardtDaily.com. An investigation is underway after a van plowed into a crowd in Barcelona's La Ramblas tourist area on Thursday, killing more than a dozen and injuring more than 50 people. Spanish police confirmed the incident was a terror attack. The vehicle, described as a white van, hit pedestrians in the city's Catalunya Square. Witnesses said it jumped the curb and crashed into numerous people. The driver fled on foot and was arrested soon after. Popular with tourists visiting the city, the street is located in the center of Barcelona. President Donald Trump on Thursday criticized the removal of Confederate monuments in the United States, saying that beauty is being taken out of our cities. Trump made the comments during a series of posts on Twitter. Sad to see the history and culture of our great country being ripped apart with the removal of our beautiful statues and monuments, he wrote. You can't change history, but you can learn from it. Robert E. Lee, Stonewall Jackson, what's next? Washington, Jefferson, so foolish. The president's tweets came amid criticism Trump has received over his response to the Charlottesville attack last weekend. The next Powerball drawing Saturday will offer more than $500 million, $510 million, or a cash option of $324 million. Wednesday's results yielded no grand prize winner, but tickets hitting 5 of the 6 matching numbers, worth $1 million each, were sold in California, Texas, and Florida. Wednesday's jackpot was the 9th largest in the history of the game, and Saturday's will be the 4th largest. The all-time largest jackpot was last year's near $1.6 billion prize. That's it for now. For more headlines from across the country and around the world, go to GepardtDaily.com. For now, Todd and Erin, back to you.
So this is interesting. All Utah Plumbing.
Yeah, I got to tell you, they are the quality group to have them come and work on your house, no matter what it is. Right now, they're doing a lot of AC work. You know, if you've got an AC unit that is making the noises but not putting out cold, they can help you do that. And sometimes you have to go down into the furnace because the furnace is part of your AC unit. And that's where the air blows through and over a cold coil. Why isn't it cold? Well, maybe it needs Freon, not Freon, the new stuff, whatever, he knows. So they can come out and take care of things.
Didn't he replace a filter and then yell at the homeowner that he should have remembered to do that?
No, that was me. Yelled at me.
That's right.
Doesn't yell at customers.
No, just at us, primarily.
Right.
We love John.
He'll come out and fix your stuff. He's really nice. His whole gang is really nice. And here's basically what they do. They're really honest. They say, listen, you've got the wrong size AC in it. You don't need something that big, or you need something bigger. And they're going to tell you, and here's the cost, and this is what it's going to cost you. They do it, and they only fix things once because they only have to. They don't keep coming back and putting duct tape on things. They're going to fix it and do it right. Just go to allutahplumbing.com for more information. All right. So,
he's no quitter.
Who's no quitter?
Chris Herod. Now, Provo Mayor John Curtis claimed victory in Tuesday's Republican primary.
Oh, right.
As a matter of fact, the AP called the race and congratulated him early. And there were several others that were there to cheer him on, like Governor Gary Herbert. Tanner Ainge, Danny Ainge's son, conceded. He gave him a call, very gracious, and said, well done.
Well done.
And this has been kind of an acrimonious race. Now, Chris Herod, I don't know how much of this was his intention, but there were several conservative groups that were advocating for him and really slamming Ainge and Curtis. And so there was kind of an acrimonious moment there. And they were kind of waiting to see if he would make the call and say, I concede, congratulations. And he said, no, I'm not conceding.
Oh, he's ticked, huh?
He said, I'm still not conceding. He says, I refuse to concede.
Here's
what? The sad part, that he's lost. Utah County Clerk and Auditor Brian Thompson said, I've been just inundated with calls. He says, my patience is really thin because they're waiting to finish in all the mail-in ballots. But they said the numbers are pretty clear.
Right.
But Herod says no. He says if someone was to prematurely pull the trigger, that's fine, but they'll have to deal with those consequences. I am not prepared to concede. And it's like not till the last ballot is counted, which is, I'm pretty sure, where the election officials start crying.
Right.
Because he's no quitter.
Well, I'm trying to think if I would give up. Yeah, I would.
I think it depends. If if it's like one of those really weird, and we've all seen those weird little races where it is. It's like, it's like 0.2%.
Right.
And with those, I can totally
But
see.
he's ahead like 20% or something?
John Curtis has got a pretty good lead.
Okay.
Let's be honest.
Right.
It was a strong lead from the beginning, and nothing really changed towards the end of the evening. So
right.
he's no quitter.
What's the last thing on the freeway that made you laugh? We're going to show you some coming up next.
We're brought to you this morning by Executive Transportation. Elegant service, professional style. Go to executiveutah.com. And All Utah Plumbing. Your home deserves the best. 24-hour emergency service at allutahplumbing.com. Did you know you can catch the Todd and Erin morning stream any time of the day or night on Facebook, YouTube, and SoundCloud, and GephartDaily.com. Okay, I really love whoever's been writing the highway road signs recently.
Me too.
Now, these are the grim little digital ones you see that are ordinarily like...
They're not grim.
Well, no, they used to be where it was like smog alert, don't drive as much. It was just sort of like...
Now they're like...
Slow down.
Right.
It's just sort of like those sort of mundane, sort of matter-of-fact things. And then they got somebody who was fun.
Yeah.
And they started doing different messages.
They're actually sharing these around the country, by the way, from different cities.
Your car is not a phone booth, just drive.
Nice.
I love that one. That made me laugh. My second favorite, did you run out of blinker fluid?
Oh, that's just me.
No, but that's so classic here because people veer in and out of the lanes without warning anybody. Deck the halls, not the guy who just cut you off.
So it's a Christmas message.
Good road rage. Good road rage.
Christmas
warning.
24/7.
That cracks me up. Hands on the wheel, not on your meal. I got to be honest, I've steered with my knees before when I was horking down a hamburger.
Everyone has. We're all going to hell for that.
Yeah. Oh, there's another one. You snooze, we all lose. But this one is my favorite. You had me at I don't text and drive.
That's so funny.
Little extra romance. Mm-hmm. No, but it was really cute. I will tell you one that I loved. James Gunn, who is the director of Guardians of the Galaxy and Guardians of the Galaxy Part 2, actually put this up on his Twitter because someone had written it here, and a couple of his fans actually tweeted it to him. And it's basically it was Baby Groot saying, "Baby Groot, seatbelt on," and it was so cute because it was Groot and he was a baby and he had.
Right.
Okay, never mind.
Right. Tell me something good.
All right, let's move on. Okay, this to me is amazing because I am not good at looking at other people's stuff. I'm not one of those sneaky people who will stare and see, what are you looking at there? What's on your laptop? What's on your phone? Because it's like, I don't really want to know.
Going on your phone. Okay, like looking.
I don't really want to know. But
right.
There was an anonymous airline passenger who was hailed as a hero. She stopped a potential sexual assault. And this is really scary.
How?
She was a preschool teacher on a flight from Seattle, Washington to San Jose, California on a Southwest flight. And she knows the man in the row in front of her was sending explicit texts about sexually abusing children. Since the texts were in especially large font on a sizable phone, the teacher was actually smart enough to snap pictures of the texts and use them as evidence
over the shoulder
against the suspected predator, who
right.
was 56-year-old Michael Keller of Tacoma, Washington.
Right.
So she went up to the Southwest employees and she said, "Look, these are the pictures
right.
of his texting. This
right.
is what's going on." They contacted law enforcement officials on the ground, so when they landed, they had FBI there waiting for him. His text messages then led them to arrest of a woman with whom he was corresponding, a 50-year-old Tacoma resident named Gail Burnwith, who had
right.
babysitting 2 children, 5 and 7. The plane passenger had not intervened upon seeing the messages. It's quite possible
right.
that those children would have been exploited. So
right.
they're both now, of course, being held in jail for attempted child molestation and solicitation
nice.
of sex crimes. But you know what? How smart is she, though?
Looking over the seat and just kind of,
how smart is she, even though, to remember to take pictures?
Right.
Because I would probably stand up right away and go grab somebody, which would give him 2 seconds to erase everything.
Right.
But the fact that she took the pictures so that she had the evidence, it was incredible.
Smart.
So that is something very, very good.
Hey, we should talk about the Utah Food Bank. Let's see if I have $1 for this. Go ahead and start talking. Because
Well, this is pretty cool.
I show them something.
The Utah Food Bank can stretch $1 like nobody's business.
Okay, so wait a minute. Here we go. So, if you give, and I'll tell you the honest truth, and they say this too, food drives are great.
And they are.
Cash is better.
Always.
Because if you get an office and you give them $1 like this, they make 7 out of it.
because they get all kinds of discounts from grocery outlets and different chains.
So
and
they
things.
have pallets of beef stew sitting someplace. Nice that you give them a can. It's a great thing. It's a great community development thing with the kids and all that stuff. You give them $1. They have trucks that are picking up pallets of food that's all ready to go.
Now, this is a big deal. It's the State Farm Neighborhood Assist Program, and it's a $25,000 grant, $25,000. And the only eligible Utah-based organization in the running right now is the Utah Food Bank. And this one I really love. It's the Mobile School Pantry Program. And this is a big deal because we all know about food insecurity and children and how important it is that 1 out of every 5 children here in Utah goes to bed hungry, which is inexcusable to me. It's like I can't even imagine. So if you want to be part of this, where it's part of the Neighborhood Assist Pantry,
How do we get the votes? Do we vote?
it's pretty simple. All you have to do, just go to the utahfoodbank.org. utahfoodbank.org. You can see it right there. You can see the picture right there of all the cute kids. Help Utah Food Bank earn the $25,000 grant.
Click it.
Click it. It will take you right to the link.
Vote.
You can vote. You can vote several times, as a matter of fact, up to 10 times per day. Now, that's going to be till August 25th, so we don't have a lot of time.
That's cool.
But I want them to win really, really badly.
We all do.
Because, I mean, you cannot beat the Neighborhood Assist Program. So once again, just go to utahfoodbank.org. You'll see it right there on the front page. It'll take you right to it 10 times a day.
All right.
$25,000 will go to what?
25 times 7.
25 times 7. So
Right.
that's $175,000 in the
Right.
end for these guys.
How cool is that? All right. So I've been responding to Facebook. I got a lot of action on this one. They said, Todd, we want more wildlife. We need more wildlife on the show. And I said, absolutely understand that. When we did the lizards and the snakes and stuff,
Always.
you loved that.
Yeah,
And so I
why
thought,
wouldn't you?
maybe we should do that. And so I'm going to take you right now to the wilds of outside our front door to the sidewalk. And there we
Really?
go. Yeah.
Babe, that's a snail.
Yeah, that's wildlife. Now you're gonna have to stay with it on
Really?
this
Is
one.
this what you're going with?
Just stay here with it. Look at the majesty.
You know, there is something strangely soothing.
Isn't there? Yeah,
really
it's really
is.
cool.
It's a little mesmerizing, to be
It
honest.
is. How do they get that much liquid in their body to leave a trail that
I know,
long?
that's a nice slime trail, isn't it?
It really is.
It is.
It's almost professional. Aren't you relaxed?
Have a wonderful weekend.
Snail therapy.
We'll be very excited to see you Monday.
Oh, I've got it. Yoga covered in the snail.
Okay, I'm out.
Oh.
I've tapped out of this conversation.
Guess who's gonna be a millionaire?